Hey everybody, I am just checking. Hopefully the sound is on. I'm gonna check here. Uh, 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 mm, mm, nope. Come on. Give me a thumbs up if you could hear me. Hopefully you can. Oh, see, I knew it. I knew it. I thought I was gonna fall out, but okay. Now let me know if you can hear me. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Sorry. Like it shows 29 people on my phone, but on my computer it ain't showing nobody. So I'm just checking the sound is all I'm doing. Sorry. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, nothing's popping up on my stream or on my computer thing. So I don't know if I can. I'm assuming I can interact with y'all soon. I don't know. Anyways, if not, I will see stuff on here. We have hello, Stefan, Ashley, Kalandra. Hopefully I said that right. Eric, Connie, Arlene. I don't know if I can refresh. Can I? I'm not gonna refresh. I might lose you guys, so I'm not gonna refresh. But good idea. I see 37. Thank you, D. Hello, Jewel, Lamb. Hello, Arlene. Hello. Oh, okay, we got people on. Native Wellness Institute says, so please share the live stream so that others can tune in as well. Yes, if you guys are on, all 43 of y'all, that's what I got right now. That's 43 shares. And that's how many more people we can have see this live stream, how many other people we can see benefit from the Native Wellness Institute Power Hours. So I really, really encourage you guys to share this, like it, heart it, love it, interact with me. That's what it's about. It's just not about me here talking or presenting or facilitating. Well, I'm not facilitating, but I'm presenting. It's not just about that. And I want you guys to really understand that this is because of y'all. It's because of you, the viewers, that is why this is Native Wellness Institute is becoming, the Power Hour is so successful, over a year now that we have done this. And it's so cool. Why? Yeah, excuse me. Totally gross, right? I just belched. Belch? Am I getting old? Did I just use belch? I just used belch. Weird. But yeah, okay. So hello, D from Colorado. Okay. Wahe Panitain. I always introduce myself in native language. Wahe Panitain. Anisa Wasnakak. You can say Wahe Nitai. We Nitain. Wahe Niti. You can say stuff like that, but I'm saying all my relatives. All my relatives. Panitain. Anisa Wasnakak. Kasey Nicholson Hasina. Ninana ni no ni sin today's a good day, or ni sin today's a good day, or it is a good day, or a good day. It's good to be with you guys, to be here on the Power Hour, Native Wellness Institute Power Hour, and it is, what is today, Monday? It is Monday. So I'm kicking off this week's Power Hour, which is cool. Yeah, and I'm excited, and it's snowing. It snowed outside. Yesterday was 65, 64, something like that, and I was golfing. I was enjoying the warm weather. And then I knew they said chance of rain and snow for last night and today. Then I looked outside. I woke up, stretched, and I looked outside, and there's freaking, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of snow. I don't even know if that's much, but I mean, that's how much it looked like it was that much. And I'm just like, no, why, Montana, why? Like, seriously, come on, give me a break. Like, give me spring. Like, I guess this is Montana spring, but I'm aching to golf, like, more. I'm aching to be out in the warm weather more, you know what I mean? I'm kind of over winter, You know, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Honestly, I'm over winter. I'm tired of like the cold weather. I am. I'm done. It just give me some warm weather. Like let me enjoy. Let me get my tan on. Right? Like seriously, I'm tan enough. But still, we need to get. My son's trying to show me stuff right now while I'm talking. What? Yes. No. I'm sorry. I just gotta. Good job. So, did you trace this? He traced this. He traces stuff. I'm just joking. Okay, hello. So this is what my son drew. He's drawn it for a class project. He's gonna paint it, and that's Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and what's the bird name called? Bird's name? I don't know. Yellow bird. Woodstock. Anyways, yeah. So my son is doing that, and today we're talking about failure. What is your true potential? You know, what is your true potential? And if you look at this canvas, there's a lot of mistakes, like a lot of mistakes, and it's fine. There's a lot of race marks. There's a lot of pencil overs. The canvas is pretty beat up. Like it's really like warped. I don't know if you could see that. And this is his first time working on canvas. So what he's planning to do is he's going to sketch it out, which he did. Okay, which he did. And then he's going to paint it because he wants to start getting painting. I dabble in acrylic paint once in a while. So this is him doing it. And he seemed to fail numerous times on this. Like he has. And that's fine. We talk about, you know, if you don't get it right, it's okay. Try again. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. But you're allowed to get frustrated. That's an emotion. But, you know, and if you do give up, reevaluate what can work better. But that's kind of what we're talking about today, you know? And failure. I mean, seriously, you guys. Like, we all, hello, Antonio Jefferson, we all fail. And if that's anything that we can get into really quick is plain and simple, this is life. This is what we go through. This is what happens to so many of us. Even you right now listening to this. I'm looking at you. You fail. Are you technically a failure? Sure, why not? Let's label it as, yeah, you know what? I'm a failure. I've always failed. I have always failed in my life. I don't care who or what you call. I will say, yep, I am a failure. Now, how I interpret that or how I take that totally comes down to me and my brain and how I deal with that traumatic event of being called a failure. How my family has called me how my family has defined failure, how my people define failure, how my country defines failure, what I pay attention to in terms of failure. You call me a failure. I dare you to. Anytime you want. You're a failure, Kasey. And I'm going to say, heck yeah, I am. I was going to say H-E double hockey sticks. H-E double hockey. Anyways, you know what I mean. And I'm going to say yes. I'm not embarrassed of it. It doesn't faze me for you to call me a failure because my interpretation, my perception is different from a lot of people. I would say even a majority of people. When someone says you're such a failure, a lot of people take offense to that. But it's true. It is so true. Like we fail. Plain and simple. We fail all the time. So why wouldn't we be called failure? We latch on to success. You're so successful. And you're like, well, yep, sure, I am a hoe. You know, success, yes, right? We attach to that because we do succeed. We are success. As a people, we are successful. As an individual, we are successful. But there's the other side of that coin that says we are a failure. We wouldn't have got to success without failing. It works hand in hand. There is no way we would have got from point A to point B without failing. So take pride in the failure. Take pride in just, I love failing because you got to, because you're never really ever going to lose if you succeed, if you learn, I guess you'd say. You're never going to fail. You're never going to lose. You're never going to lose if you learn from it. Do you understand that? If you learn from the things you lose, or if you learn from the things you fail at, or whatever, however you want to coin it, you're always going to be okay. You're going to make it. You're going to be fine in this life. But we often have to think is, where does this term of failure predict how we're going to live our life? Huh? Like, why would we let a fall on a sidewalk? Why would we let a firing from a job, letting go from a job? Why would we say all relationships are bad, all men are bad, all women are bad, all pit bulls are bad? I don't know. Because we failed at a relationship, we failed at upbringing a dog, we failed at a job, we failed at doing our hair, we failed at freaking, I don't want to say plucking, tweezing your eyebrows, and you tweezed them all away. Okay? You failed. What do you do with that failure? Failure, not failure. Failure. Okay, what do you do with that failure? Seriously. And if you don't know what to do, or what you don't know where to go with it, who taught you it? Who's teaching you it? How come you can't learn it? How come you can't learn something different? It's a question. It could be rhetorical, or you can answer it. I don't care. It's up to you guys. But what are you doing with it? What are you doing with that failure? That is the question. Where are you learning the failure, the idea of failure? Where are you learning the definition of failure? How does failure relate to you in your life? This is an in-depth scope that you have to, this is an in-depth conversation that you have to have with yourself. And if you have kids, you have to have the conversation with them as well. If you have a spouse or with your companion or significant other, you have to have that conversation with him or her or them, whatever you choose. Okay? This is a conversation that we need to, as Indian people and Native people, as human beings, need to take into account and understand, because we often are always taking failure as a negativity. And if we switch the perception of that failure, and know what, saying, you know what, I failed. You know what, I lost that job. You know what, I lost that relationship. You know what, I lost money in gambling. You know what, I lost the house. I lost something in life. Well, I failed at life. I'm failing at life. We will fail more than we succeed. Do you understand that? For the people listening today, we will fail more than we will succeed. If you want to look into the motivational stuff, you want to look into all the superstars, the people that they show on TV as successful, I'm going to guarantee you countless stories of all these successful people, these stars, these motivational speakers, these singers and songwriters and producers and talk show hosts and athletes, on and on. Everyone that they show the success, but they don't show all the hard work that was shown before they got to the success. They didn't show or tell you, most of them, or really display everything that they went through, all the auditions, all the sacrifice in a weight room or on a track, or all the success on a canvas board or on a drawing paper, or on their own face because they want to become what they call beauticians. Okay? We don't see that. I guarantee you they're failing over and 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 over until they get to that success. And then when they get to that success, they're going to fail again until they get to another success. And those successes are going to incrementally build, but also the failures are going to build. I know people who failed numerous times. I know people who said, you are a failure, you're not going to amount to anything. And they literally would believe that person who has no say, no control in their life. And they said, yeah, you know what, you're right, I am a failure, and yeah, you're right, I am not going to amount to anything in life, so I'm just going to throw all my hopes, dreams, goals away. Because I am living in a traumatized world, I have grown up traumatized, we live in a traumatized family, and we do not know how to work through this trauma, and I feel helpless, and I can't pull myself up from the depths of the dark depths, and I'm just going to stay here. Okay? I've known people that do that. I've known people that just said they're going to become something and they just totally quit at it. Which is sad, but at the same time, it's motivating for so many others. Because not only are those stories of giving up give me motivation, give me inspiration, so do the stories of success and getting through those hard times as well. Every situation is a medicine that you can take, and you can define what kind of medicine that is based on what it is, I guess you'd say, in terms of negativity. If it is a negative situation, I'm going to look at it as a positive thing and say, you know what, you're going to be okay. Let me learn not to do that. Let me not reinvent the wheel of that particular person, place, or thing. Let me learn from that and excel and thrive and get through this hard time so that I could get where I need to be the most happiest in my life. Not quantity, but quality. It's so important that we need to think about those things in life, because failure, like I said before, is all part of life. It is what we do to succeed, but how people take it, how people interpret, how people live with it is the answer. How are you living with that failure? How are you doing that thing, right? What are you doing with that failure? That's so important. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this particular topic is because I see so many of my people taking the route of being called or feeling a failure and living that life out, rather than taking the approach of success or learning from that failure and approaching it or catapulting them into success. They become okay with just being okay. They become okay with living with disease and mental health issues, and I know some mental health issues are not preventable. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But even like depression or anxiety or panic attacks, or but there's some other chemical stuff that you need to take for medications as well. But I'm not talking about all mental health issues, but I'm talking about some, okay, that we know it's going to take a lot of hard work. There is no road to success that I know of that is easy. None. I don't care what you say. Oh yeah, it comes to him easy. No. He got where, or she got, or wherever they got where they were through hard work. Think about weightlifting. It's hard work. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of reps. It's a lot of time commitment to go into the gym every day, to build that muscle, to eat right, to define that muscle, to get stronger, to get sore. That's probably my worst part is when I go lift or CrossFit or go lift or run. It's the after effect that I have to get through, the mental block that I have to get through. Is like, I don't want to be sore. It sucks to be sore. And the older you get, the more sore you get. It seems like, for me anyways. Like, this hurts. I got that anymore. I don't want to go back in. It's going to hurt. But something keeps taking me back. Something allows me to keep working on something that limited me before. Okay? I have a hurt shoulder. I don't think it's my shoulder, really, necessarily. I think it's like my, what is it called? What is that called? Traps? No, not your traps. What are those called? What are these called? Wings. What are those called? Lats. My lats. I think my lat is tight, like right back in here somewhere. And if I massage that or roll that out with the ball, my shoulder does feel better. Okay, so it might just be a tight muscle. But I would have known that if I didn't try and to figure it out myself. Okay, so we're getting a little off track there. Now I'm going to go through here, and I am going to see the comments here. Confrontation, why are you sounding so angry? Oh, okay, so, we won't go into that, okay? It's not about confrontation, but I am interested in hearing why people hear passion or motivation or something with Anger. That'd be something for a lot of people to explore. When someone's on, they're like motivation and you got to do this, you got to do that, and blah, 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 right? And then people are like, whoa, he's so angry, he's so confrontational. Why? That'd be a good conversation. Why do you feel that? Why is that coming off? Like, it's just a question, right? Okay. Nice, the YouTube channel. Yes, you can subscribe to Native Wellness Institute's channel, and you can check all this out as well. Numerous ones from all year. There's a lot of them, right? That's mistakes in art. Art comes from. Oh, yes, mistakes in art. Okay, I'll tell you why. Oh, I love this stuff. I love it when you come in and you guys are trying to get in it, right? Okay, this is a mistake in art. Where is it at? Right? I can't. Likewise, I can't get it. There it is. Mistake in art. Okay? That is a mistake in art. Is it bad? No. It's a mistake. It's fine. We all make mistakes in art. I don't care who you are or what you say. It's a mistake in art. Now, what do you do with that mistake or that failure or whatever it may be? You use it, right? Like you were saying, Carol, Colo. You use that. You use that mistake to make even better art, right? To make it more of an interpretation of your inner person, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. How we interpret what the other person is saying, what the other person is doing, how the other person interprets the art or the mistakes or the failures. Exactly what I'm talking about. I never said it was a bad thing. I never said it was something that you should just quit at. I never said any of these things about being negative. I'm being true and real about a mistake or a failure, and that's fine. Is it a bad thing? I can't decide that for you. Is it a good thing? Can't decide that for you. It really comes down to how you define that failure or that mistake. How does it uplift you or how does it hold you down? How does it make you feel inside? All those are explorations that we as a people, as individuals, human beings, families, relationship have to take. We have to take that inner step. We have to take that. It's like, whoa, hey, that's kind of weird. Like you would say that. Why do you feel that way? Okay? I can't decide that for you. It's something that you totally have to come up with yourself. How I deal with mistakes and failure really comes down to my upbringing, my research, how it's helped me, how it's hindered me, all these things in my life through art, through music, through dancing, through comedy, through acting, through speaking, like there's tons, through parenting, through relationships, like all these things, failure and mistakes, they happen and that's part of life. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know for you, but for me, it's all good stuff. All those failures and mistakes are good stuff for me. I can come at it from you from that point of view, from my point of view. How you interpret it, how you take it really comes down to you. Now, yes, that is a mistake in art. Yes, that is a failure considering that, you know what, I messed up, I'm erasing it, and I'm going to redo it again. My son is learning, and he's never going to lose as long as he learns. That's beautiful. That is awesome. I get to see his mistakes just like as he's growing up. I get to see his failures and see how he deals with the mistakes, deals with the failures, and know that he's going to keep trying and trying and trying until there's less erase marks, until there's less sketches that have to be drawn over. He's going to keep doing it over and over until he feels he's prideful of this. Like, this is beautiful. He showed me this and he's happy. He wanted me to show you this. This is beautiful. Word. Okay? This is beautiful. You know why? Because I could see his mistakes. I could see his failures. And I could see that he did not quit. And he kept doing it over and over until he was happy with it. Okay? I always tell him, you do it over and over until you are satisfied with it. And he said, well, Dad, I'm never really going to be satisfied because it's art. I'm like, well, that's up to you. I mean, it really comes down to who you are and where you want to be in terms of your art, in terms of your schooling, in terms of your relationships. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, thanks, Carol. I really appreciate that. I'm new to this page coming from Big Valley Rancheria. Right on. 5 days a week. I'm looking. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Terry, Mimi, Mavis, Mike. Hello, confrontation. Why are you sounding so angry? Mary, oh yeah, that's what I was going to get back to. Why am I sounding so So from you, Mary, I would love to hear why you feel me speaking or pointing or speaking in my terms passionately feels like it's so confrontational for somebody. Okay, that'd be something for us to explore. Anybody. It could be anybody. Like some people are like, whoa, dang, he's pretty hyped up. You know why? Because failure is a really important topic amongst our people. Failure is a really important topic amongst those people who are traumatized. And it's so important. Yeah, sometimes you may get it and say, okay, I need that kind of delivery. I need this honesty. I need this passion behind it. Or some of y'all just might be, failure. It's a really different type of way of thinking and how we do. Like you might want a more calm approach. I don't know. But me, when I see my people trying to interpret failure as a bad thing, it lights a fire under me. You know what I mean? It gets me riled up because I want so much good for my people. I want so much things to be well for my people. Like I want us to heal, and there's just this passion. Like, come on, guys, we got this. I can't suppress my passion or my energy for calmness. I just can't. It's just not. That's not the type of person I am. I'm about it. Like if I'm passionate about something, I'm gonna speak it. I'm gonna try to speak as whatever I know to it, so that hopefully it comes alive. So hopefully, like, whoa, I never thought about it that way. Holy cow, you're coming from a different angle. Beautiful. I don't know if I'm coming from a different angle, but it's something for us to look at. Like, someone who smacks. Okay, someone who smacks and chews with their mouth open is an example of interpretation. Some people might view it as annoying, and I'm working on this pet peeve. I'm telling you right now. Someone might think of it as annoying, but for me, it is annoying. But at the same time, I'm trying to redefine it and reconfigure it where it doesn't bother me, where I understand where it's coming from. They've chewed that way their whole life. Their family chews that way. Maybe when they smack, it's just a better way for them to taste the food. I can't judge them. I can't be annoyed with them. I can't treat them any different because they chew differently. That's my interpretation, and I'm trying to switch it. So I had this, it was a pet peeve in my 20s, in 30s a little bit, but as the older I get, 40s, I'm starting to understand and realize it's okay. It's fine. And it's starting to, like, when you hear it, it's starting to lessening. It's starting to lessen. And I'm not paying attention to some more. And I'm accepting it, and it's okay. That's who they are, and that's how they chew. And whatever they're going through in their world is not part of my world right now. I'm focusing on wherever I'm at with my kids, my family, the activity I'm going through. I'm focused on this activity rather than, okay? And I had to do a lot of searching. Why is that buggy? Why does that bug me? Why is that annoying? I had to do that self-exploration. Was there some trauma attached to that? Was when someone's smacking, right, while someone just got hit? And so that traumatic event stuck, and I associate it with smacking rather than the dude getting hit with the car. I don't know. That's just something to think about. There's always these associations and connections that we don't make because we don't think, or we go back enough to explore that healing journey, or why we should heal, or where these different emotions are coming from. Okay, that's something we need to think about. And the reason I bring that up is because the failure concept is, where do we get this idea of failure as a bad thing, right? It's a learning thing, but why is it a bad thing? Okay, and I know there's a bunch of associations of actions and all these other things associated with it, but we're not really talking more into that. We could talk more into that in terms of like, I don't even want to go into it because then we're going to start talking about it. But that's some things we need to really think about. I'm going to go back in here. Sunshine Cox said, hello, Sunshine. That's the name of my wife, actually. So awesome. I needed this today as I have been afraid of failing at something I'm working on. Don't be afraid. Don't. It's okay. We fail, and it's fine. We're going to fail. Always. We're always going to fail. That's the thing I don't get. Why are we fearing failure? If you're trying, if you're doing it, you're automatically succeeding, no matter if you do fail or not, because failure is success, okay? Because you need to learn from that failure. If you don't try and you don't do it, then maybe that's where you lose, and that's where you don't understand, okay? So don't be afraid Don't fear failure. Embrace it. It's going to happen. I'll give you a story here in a little bit. I can't pronounce that word. I am so sorry. Kahatomok Dante Lauren. Sorry. I don't even know if I said that right. Exactly. The work, mistakes, and failure is a huge part of any success. Yes. D. Marlena, I am failing as a mother with this remote learning stuff. It is really difficult. Oh my gosh. No, you're not. I'm going to tell you right now. No, you are not. Okay? There are so many people in this world or this country or even in this state in Montana. I am doing remote learning with my son, but he's doing like a remote on the computer. He goes to school all day, but then he has to work at his school off it. So I'm like trying to teach him as much as I can what I know. Responsibility, getting up, listening, paying attention, taking the breaks, moving around while he's on Zoom, all these things, eating, staying hydrated, all these things. So if he learns, that's beautiful. That's great. But we're trying it. This is the first time we're ever doing this remote learning. He's been doing it all year. He only had a choice between remote learning or in person in school. And during the whole like COVID stuff, like when it was really high here in Montana, at that time we chose only remote learning. As we numbers started kind of going down a little bit, and people started getting a little bit, the whole herd immunity kind of thing going on here, and plus the vaccines and stuff. He wanted to go back to school, and we told him, "Sorry, son, you're remote learning till May, June, something like that, and the first week in June." And he's a little disappointed, but we had a pep talk with him. We told him, we had a pep talk with ourselves, me and my companion. And we believe that we can do this. Now, we took our youngest son out of school and remote learning, and we decided just to homeschool him, okay? Because it's kindergarten, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, sight words, colors, drawing, reading here and there, sentences. He's pretty much got a lot of that stuff down, which is good, and we're going to continue to teach him throughout the summer. With activities, outdoor activities, and playing with your hands, and sightseeing, birds, and all this other stuff. So you're not failing, D. You're doing a beautiful job, and just know that. But you have to tell yourself that. Okay? I can tell you till I'm blue in the face, but you have to deep down inside know that you are doing an awesome job. Okay? Your son is, or your kid, or whoever you're with is smart. They're able. And you guys are going to get through this. And what's the worst is going to happen? What's the worst? They get held back 1 grade. It's okay. I was held back 1 grade. I had no choice. And I didn't suffer from it. I just got even better in 3rd grade. Like, that's fine. I got held back in 3rd grade. It didn't hurt me. It was fine. I lived. I'm fine. I'm okay. Look at me today. I'm talking. I'm speaking. I'm thriving. I'm flourishing. Okay? So you'll be fine, D. You'll be fine. Stefan said Kasey needs a hug. No. Or yeah, I do need a hug. We all need a hug. Why not? Let me go here. Thanks, Lori, for sending stars. I don't know what the stars are. I really don't. But thank you so much. Thank you, Lori. She says you are speaking the truth, right? I see that. Is that really you, Lori? Like muscle builder? Or I just see like a little thumbnail of you. I don't know if that's really you, but that's pretty cool. Lats, not laps. Hey, man. Hey, Tori. Come on. I got a lisp. One person sees in others is door to self-perception. Yes, Stefan. Right on. Sharon Tail Feathers. Yes, your passion shows. Showing emotion is great. Sometimes needed. Too many youth not listening to elders. Wisdom, not learning from their mistakes. Keep up the super job. Thank you so much, Sharon. You keep up the super job as well. I am proud of you. Hannah Hazigal. Yes, when people don't deal with their own anger, they put it on someone else. Thanks, Hannah. You are awesome. If anybody don't know Hannah Hazigal, she's so cool. Period. That's all we need to say about her. If you don't know her, you're lost. I'm just joking. But it is. She's really, really cool. Stefan deserves a hug. Well, thank you, Stefan. Thank you. I appreciate that. So if anybody ever sees me, just give me, let me see. Nowadays, we have to hug. We have to ask, can I hug you? Can I shake your hand? Can I high five? Can I just pound? Or can I just head nod? I don't know. Today's world is different. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe you quarantine for like 14 days and then hug me. I don't know. Whatever. Lori says, learning lessons. Margaret Cranford, we grow from our choices based on our perspectives, or we don't. It's a conscious decision, right? It really is. And I think so many people get tied into routine because so many of our people model with, we become who we surround ourselves with ultimately, and that's how it becomes. If we surround ourselves with people who think failure is negative, then we ourselves believe that notion, believe that concept, or believe that perspective or perception. That's how we see things in life. So where does that ball start rolling? Where does that shift happen in terms of changing the way we view the things that we view the things that we see differently, I guess you'd say, right? Where does that happen? How does that happen? How do we change the base of failure and make it a positive impact on a lot of our people? We've seen numerous high school athletes fail in school, but they're really successful in basketball. What was the difference between those two things? You know, I mean, it's just a rhetorical question. We don't want to really get into that. Then after high school, they end up a lot of the times feeling like a failure because of the what do you call it? Expectations of what they were supposed to do. They didn't live up to the expectations of what they were supposed off of to do. Base stations, what did they want to do in life? Did anybody ask them? How did they get to point A to point B and then say, you know what, I don't want to go any further in this basketball career. I'm okay with just being okay right now. But did anybody ever go up to them and ask them, what do you want? What do you want in life? How do you want to get from point A to point B? Did anybody ask them that? I don't know. And that's something that I think a lot of these student athletes need to be asked, because they're always living up to somebody else's expectations, right? And then if they don't meet their other people's expectations, then what happens? They define themselves as a failure. The people that expected them to go somewhere even further view them now as a failure. So now you got this whole failure concept surrounding that one person. And when you don't feel like you're rising up to the occasion or rising up to expectations or feeling like you're contributing or feel like you're important enough, then there's a lot of things that come with that, right? There's a lot of that depression, anxiety, low self-worth, low confidence, low self-esteem. Sucks. Because of what? Because of the definition of what failure is, and not realizing it's okay to choose a different path. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It's okay to choose black and not white, white and black. I don't know, whatever you want to. It's okay to give up. It's okay to give up. But what are you going to replace when you give up that? Do you have a plan A, B, C, or D in place? Z, all the way to Z. I've known people who have plan Zs. All for A, B, C, D, I know them. Because each plan has failed, but they didn't give up. And they get to Z. Then it works. Because they have understood the definition of failure. It does not mean to quit. It does not mean to sit back and just let your life go and go wherever direction people think it should go. They've always had this dream, goal, and ambition to see it through. And you ask those people, they failed all those times, 25 times. How many letters in the alphabet? 26? I don't know. 25 times. Then on that 26th time, success. And they're going to tell you again, when they succeed, they're willing to fail 25 more other times and then succeed again. As long as they're staying on their path to success. It's going to fail. You're going to fail. I still got a story I got to tell you here in a little bit. And I'm sure most of you guys have seen me speak and present, and you probably heard the story, maybe even in this context, but I'm going to tell it again because it's such a cool story, okay? Lori Terrazona, sorry. Okay, here's story of success. Probably tons of failure in this story, and if you go ask Lori about it, okay? Beautiful example. She says, lost 100 times before she became a bodybuilding pro champion until I learned how to succeed. 2 years of failure. But she understood from muscle failure to cardiovascular, to like cardio failure to like, lifting failure. Like, I'm sure she was trying to lift however many pounds, and she had a goal and she didn't get to it until she started obviously defining and understanding how to get there. Nutrition, routine, exercise, lifting program, maybe personal trainer. I don't know. Okay. That's something you'd have to ask Lori. Okay. But there's a success story. There's a failure and a success story right there. And she knows what she's talking about. She is a pro champion. But she probably understands what I'm saying in terms of she's failed more times than she has succeeded. But when that success came, it made it all worth it. It made it all worth it. And then she had a different definition of what failure really means to a person. Maybe she's seen somebody in life that's failed over and over and gave up and said, I don't want to be that person. I want to rise. I want to use failure to motivate me, to push me to different heights, to more goals and ambitions to get where I want to be in life. I don't know. That's a success story right there. Lori is kind of living it right now, or lived it. I don't know if she's still doing it, but congrats, Lori. Woo! Okay. Margaret Jessica Cranford says, I use my mess ups as a catalyst for growth. Right? I often sometimes think about it as like obviously like bricks. Okay. A brick, I lay bricks. Okay. Call me the brick thrower, jokes. Well, I don't know, maybe I was, I don't know. But I use those bricks like Margaret said, and then I put them down and I use them as stepping stones. I use them as a foundation to get me stronger and to hold me up higher and more level and wide on a wider basis. Sometimes when people say, they need to hold you up, I'm not talking about a hierarchical, whatever, thing like this. I'm talking about, let me build my foundation, the pad, everything I've been through, from my successes to my failures. Let me stack them bricks, right? Not just in like a block, you know what I mean? But I'm going to make it like spread out so that I have a really good foundation. You guys you guys probably don't know. Oh, you guys probably do. When you're in quicksand, I've never been it, but I'm prepared to, just in case. Or even on ice. Okay, this is what I have done on ice. So on ice, if you stand, all your weight is like, centered right straight down into that ice, right? And if it breaks, right, you're more stable and more safe and more able to get from point A to point B if you distribute your weight out and you're more balanced, right? So lay on the ground and you're more distributed outwards. So you're more balanced and able to get from point A to point B, even when things are tricky, even when things get a little heavy, right, on the ice. That's why you build a platform. Thickness, variability is up to you. But knowing that if you build it out and you get this good foundation, stable foundation, you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay, okay? Lord, I appreciate this, bro. Fabian Quinnell says, thank you for opening up this mindset. Some of us see it one way, forgetting to look at it differently, right? I am so, I love having conversations. Like, seriously, like if y'all were here around this table, we would have so fun conversating about failure. We would challenge each other about the way we think. We would ask the question, why? Maybe some of us even get in some arguments. Maybe some of us are just nodding like, yes, but not really agreeing. But I see your point of view. And agreeing to disagree, it's just fine. But that whole concept of bouncing ideas and thoughts about failure is beautiful, because it is a hard concept to wrap our minds around, because we're all coming from different parts and different brain modalities and different upbringings and different views of what failure is to us and how it got us from point A to point B. But I'm sure through the chaos, through the arguments, through the talking and communication, we could find that thin line of understanding. We could find that common modality of saying, yes, we get it. It's there. Okay? That's why I like having that. I love, that's why you're interacting with me, because you guys are bringing me things, you're helping me grow, and hopefully I'm helping you grow, and we're sharing. And it sucks that we're not able to sit there face to face, which is fine, but we're here, we're listening, we're talking, kind of sort of communicating. Lori says, I love your perception. I love your work ethic, Lori, and I love your perception too. Jennifer Owen says, there is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. I've read the book. It's such a great book. You guys got to go read that book. Okay? I forgot the name of the book. I forgot it. Dang it. Mind blank. Jennifer, if you can throw the book down, that would be great. I can't remember the book. Oh, what is the book? I can't remember. Checking in late. It's okay, Rainbow Falls. It's okay. Stefan, trauma is in boarding school and being disciplined established the base of being afraid of physical punishment. Yes. Failure leads to success. Yes. D. Marlena, I got 5 kids. You're still doing great. It doesn't matter. You're doing awesome. Kids are learning. You'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be great. They're gonna learn. Trust me. They're learning right now. They're seeing you and your struggles or your frustrations or your calmness or whatever maybe you're displaying. They're learning from that as well. And it's fine. You'll be fine. You'll be good. Okay? Ask for help. I need help. Please. Okay? We're doing the best we can. You got this, Mama. Yes. Thanks all. You're welcome, D. You go, bro. Dusty Olsen. It's good to see your thumbnail. Shift is an inside job, right? So is. That takes you. Nobody else. You. Shift happens. We have a cool shirt that says that. That's really cool. I just wore that yesterday. Native Wellness Institute has a shirts, I think. I don't know. They do. I'm pretty sure. And it says shift happens. Okay? It does. It's going to happen. It always happens. How we interpret that shift and how we deal with that shift really comes down to us and how we shift our brains and our minds and our emotions to fit different shifts and modalities, to be mobile and to be flexible and to be innovative and creative and resilient and opportunistic and optimistic. It really comes down to you. What do you know, and how willing are you to learn? How willing are you to learn something new? Like Lori, she would never got to where she needs if she didn't learn how to lift a different lift to get her delts bigger. If she would never got to where she was if she didn't have an open mind to get her gluteus minimus bigger, so that was more defined. I don't know all the muscles. Traps and lats, not laps. Okay. Sharing tail feathers. Just think of our ancestors and how resilient, strong they were. I'm sure they were afraid many times, but they persevered and always kept going. We have their DNA to succeed and be strong. Much love and prayers to you all. Yes, Sharon. Oh, I always say that almost at every end of my talk, and I'll probably say that today here shortly. Okay? It's so true. And I'll tell you the story here shortly. I just want to see you guys. We believe that we tell ourselves, I know from lived experience, I shifted my perspective and tell myself I am worthy of abundance in all forms. We all are. We only have to believe it and the paths open up. Right, Margaret? You go, girl. Yeah. Hear you, brother. Robbie Bill says, hear you, brother. My message came from caring coaches that bought my lunches out of town trips, taught me to love. Right on, Robbie. So I'm talking about Rainbow Falls. Our potential is endless. It is always endless. It does never end. Like, opportunity is so all over the freaking place. It's unreal. Even when you fail, they always say when one door closes, several more open. And when you fail, there are so many doors open, just waiting for you, because they know when you learn from that failure, you're going to have that much more experience. Okay? Okay? Amparo de Anda. Sorry. I love this. As a therapist, you are saying the right things. It took me 8 years to finish college when others do it in 4 years, but I had my family and parents died, both of them, and financial losses, but I continue, and now almost retiring, and master's degree in helping our people. Failures lead to success if we don't give up. Yes! So proud of you, Vamparo. If I say that right, so proud of you. Connections. Alchemy. Yes, that's what it is. Jennifer Owens. Thank you. That was the book by The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho or Coelho Paula or whatever. You know what I mean. Much love and respect. Oh, all right. See you later, Fabian Quinnell. My husband is suffering really bad from depersonalization and depression. How can I help him? Or how can he come back to reality from a spiritual point of view? Ooh, that is an in-depth talk. That's like an in-depth question. Ooh. I mean, it's longer than the time that I have to maybe help because I dealt with a little bit of that. Depersonalization, a little bit, not too much. Depression, again, not little, like full-blown depression, but it was like bouts of it. And it was a lot of work, like lots. A lot of journaling, a lot of praying. Like, I'll give you an example. One night that I don't know if he's really into this stuff or willing to do it. This is what helped me on a minimal scale. I don't know how deep he is into that, his mental wellness thing going on. But I remember waking up in a night sweat and my heart was racing and I had fear. Fear, and it could be attributed to failure to a point because I didn't feel like I was succeeding enough in life to be happy. And through that, this little course of anxiety, depression, panic attacks, a little bit of depersonalization, I took it upon myself not to take any meds. This is my choice, and I just worked my butt off spiritually. Okay, here's my thing. I woke up, I was shaking, heart was racing, I was in a full panic. I got up, and I resorted back to the things I knew. So I got up and I started journaling. I wrote all the things that I was worrying about. Every single freaking thing, like 2 pages of negativity stuff. Right after that, I started writing all the positive things from my worry about blood pressure, worry about my jobs, worry about my family, worry about my own health issues, worry about everything. It was just a worry wart. And I wrote double of positivity than I did negative. I purposely did that, even if it took me 5 hours to think of all the positives in my life. I purposely did that. So whatever I did negative, I would double it. So I wrote 4 pages of positivity stuff, whether it be hyping myself up, saying I have beautiful hair, individual strand, that have beautiful eyebrows, beautiful eyelashes, to a beautiful eye color, to loving the hair on all over my body, to loving my nostrils, to saying I'm a good husband, a father, to a great worker, to a funny comedian, to a great speaker, like everything for 4 pages. Got done with that. Then I went and sat down, and then I sat down and I emotional freedom tapped. EFT, yeah. So there's this little thing on YouTube that I found where you do emotional freedom tapping, on your wrist, on your heart, on your forehead, over here, on top of your hand, underneath your armpits, on your finger, on your hand, or right here, on here, right here. And then you say these things, I know I'm going through this. I understand I'm going through this. I accept this. I accept responsibility for this. And then you keep going through. But I see myself in a positive light. I am healthy. I'm happy. I'm loved. I am great. I am healing. I am healed. And I go through all the emotional freedom tapping, opening up different centers of my body. Then I prayed. And I sat down like that smudge. Then I prayed. Cried. Tears. Just tears. Just crying. Letting it out. Smudging up. Kept lighting another ball of sage, another sweet grass, mixing up my sweet grass with my sweet pine, with my sweet grass, everything. Just inhaling and just, letting go, brushing myself off, just, letting go of that fear, letting go of that failure that I felt like I had, Then after that, I did deep breath meditation kind of thing, or deep breath exercises. And then not breathing from my lungs, but in my diaphragm. But then feeling that sense of relaxation. Then I would light a candle. And then I would just watch that, and I'd barely open my eyes just a bit where you just had the flicker, and it was just like a blurry flicker. And I would just be like that, and then I would just listen to my breath. I don't know if you guys could hear that. That's how I'd breathe when I was looking at it. And then sometimes little things would come out of me. Like that. And then I would just kind of like just melt. Then I would go into like a full meditation where nothing, didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. Everything was just a blur. And my mind was resting. I would do that forever, how long I could keep my focus or concentration on. Then I'd come out of it, and then I'd be fine. And I'd go to bed, go to sleep, wake up. Still a little tired, but still feel good. Better than I did when I did wake up like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So that's something that helped me, but I did it repetitively, over and over and over to switch my brain. Calling it behavioral therapy, sure. But a healing that needed to happen to get all the junk out of my head, to start believing and putting things in my head, in my body, in my spirit, to let it know and to reinforce it that, you know what, my head needs to quit thinking something is wrong and believe that my heart, my body, and my spirit is protected and is loved and is safe. That's what I did. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Ash. I really hope so. And hopefully you heard that, Ash. But it took a lot of work. It took like maybe a year of consistency, then 2 years and 3 years. And today, I'm so much better. So much better. Okay? A lot of healing still to work on, but I feel so much better. My perspective on my mind, my energy, my want. I'm still working on things because I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. Still a lot of things to sort through, but I'm getting there. And that's the beautiful thing is like I'm getting there. I feel myself with momentum. I feel myself with positive energy. I feel it. It's just there. Some days I feel worse than the others. Some other days I feel great, and it's fine. But it's there. I'm moving forward. My momentum is going forward. I don't feel like I'm just stagnant and I'm just in a place where I don't want to be. Like I'm fluid. I am moving. Like, yes. Even when you don't think I'm moving, my mind is woo, 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 like, woo, woo, right? Seriously. Okay? It's a beautiful thing. This has motivated. Thank you. Or Scott, good. I'm glad to motivate you. I'm going to discuss the dog trainers, dog walkers, and awesome. Keep it up, man. It's okay. It's good. I wish I could go through everything. I kind of got backed up, but let me tell you the story really quick because I think I did log on a little late. I need to say, please. Okay. If you're having troubles, if you're having a hard time switching your brain, go to a counselor, go to a spiritual advisor, go to a clergyman or whatever. Go to a friend that has a positive outlook on life. Maybe you need to drop your friends, and attain new friends that think more alike like you. Okay. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded and that are going to feed your soul and feed your motivation and feed the positivity in your life rather than take away or to feel the negative in your life. Something to think about. Okay, story real quick and then I'm done. Thanks, Stefan. Real talk, Rainbow Falls. Okay, last one. Here we go. The baby. Not the baby. We're not about hip hop. The baby is going to get up and is going to walk from point A to point B. The baby gets up. It has baggage. It has poopy diaper, pee diaper. It has baggage. It doesn't pay attention to that. All it sees is the positivity coming from the mom or the dad or the caregiver saying, come on, you can do it, come on. Because the baby is about to walk, ladies and gentlemen. But the baby does not think about the fear that's about to happen. The baby does not think about the falls that are about to happen, as I meant to say, or the fear, because it has no concept of what the fear is. There's an innate fear in the babies, but at this time, the baby doesn't understand the fear right now because all he sees or she sees is the positivity coming from the parents saying, I got you. I want you to walk. I love you. Come on, baby. You can do it. The baby gets up and it walks. The first step, it falls. It fails. It does not stay down. It might cry a little bit. It might roll around a little bit. But the mom and the dad, come on, baby, get up. You can do it. Sometimes the mom and dad have to get up there and kind of get it back up and reassure that it's fine. It's okay. You're going to get through this, baby. The baby gets back up again. And then it has 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, falls again. Fails. This time it's learned. I just need to get back up. Baby gets back up, holds onto the couch, holds onto the table, whatever it's walking from or to or however, whatever's around it, it holds onto it. And then it lets go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, falls again. Doesn't fall, learns. It's learning. It's developing its legs. It's taking the falls as they come. It's taking the bruises as it's come. It's taking the mistakes as they come, but does not let those mistakes or the failures define him or her. It gets back up. And the mom and the dad are, come on, baby, you got this. Come on, you can do this. The baby gets back up and does 10 steps to the mom and the dad's arms. The mom and the dad hold it up saying, I'm so proud of you. I love you. You're such a good baby. Oh my God, you're such a strong baby. I can't believe you. Wow. Aren't you so proud of this baby? This baby is so beautiful, so strong. Oh my God, do it again. The baby's so excited and so knows how. It does it again. Not thinking about the failures, not thinking about the fears, not thinking about mistakes, just thinking about the feelings that it has of the success that it just had. It doesn't think about the negativity, it just thinks about, that made me feel good. I'm going to do it again. And the baby does it again and again and again, each time met with happiness, positive reinforcement, love, support, kindness, understanding. Think about that as you go through the rest of the day today. You are that little baby. You are that tiny baby that keeps falling, that keeps having mistakes. You have the support around you. You have the love around you. Be that little baby and don't think about the fear. Don't think about the mistakes. Don't think about the failures. Keep your eyes on the success. Learn from those mistakes. Learn from those failures. Those things are there not to hold you down, but to build you up. They're not to weaken you, but to strengthen you. You got this. Do not let failure define you in a negative way. Let it push you to success. Let you use it as success and be the best version that you can possibly be in your life. Strive to be great and quit being okay with just being okay. Okay? I love each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys are doing what you can to be better than you were yesterday. From Native Wellness Institute Power Hour, Kasey Nicholson as a speaker, Wasnakek, Nibi Thoughtan, Atnahaban. Keep it real, you guys. I'm out. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Okay, take care, you guys. See ya.